With Coach Miga and also with Toni Noland, Western Guilford girls basketball team just knocked off Page. I thought I might be talking to the Page coach the way that game was going. That third quarter, they came back on you. How'd you finish it up, Coach? How'd you get the win? Because so many things had to go right there in the last couple of minutes.
Well, I think the biggest thing is we stayed out of foul trouble. We were still able to rebound really well, and then we put the press back in after it didn't do so hot in the beginning. And I think that was huge. The pressure that it put on them caused them, a little bit to be uncomfortable, and they had a hard time getting the ball in.
Talk about the job Toni did to make sure she got that winning shot going for you.
Oh, Toni shoots very well in practice. We've been talking to her a lot. She's had to step up. We've missing one of our other posts tonight due to a concussion. We had a good talk with Toni yesterday, getting her prepared, and it's just fate that she got that winning shot, and so I can let her talk to you more about her taking that shot.
Toni, what went into your mind? You got a chance to win the game with that last shot. You probably weren't thinking about winning the game, just about trying to come ahead and get a win and get a victory. What was that last shot like for you? What was going through your mind then?
Well, I was prepared. I know my coach, we did shots all over practice, so when that ball hit my hand, I knew I had to shoot it, just like she told me.
See how much take us back. What do you remember about the whole play there at the end? Can you go back where you remember? What do you remember about that play? Kind of run it back for us if you can.
I know, I don't know if it was a rebound, but I know they kicked it out to Ella, and Ella saw me open right next to her, and she gave me the ball, and I just let it fly.
And you had fairly tough defense from Page in the second half because Ella was scoring like crazy in the first half. They kind of shut her down. I think in the second half, the other players had to help out. Talk about the way the team came together to get this win, because that's a team effort. You don't go away with a win tonight.
Yeah, you're right. Coach said dig deep. We dug deep. We make sure that we need to tighten up our defense, and that's what we did.
Coach Miga, I felt like this would be the best game to attend tonight. All the conference games, everybody's playing at 6 o'clock except a couple of 6 and 7:30 games. I said, this is going to be the game right here, 4 versus 5. I think you split during the season. Tonight, you get off to a quick lead early. You felt some comfort there, but you couldn't relax, and you win this game. What goes through your mind as you get in this game and get this victory? What happens?
You just can't get comfortable with anybody. You just can't. I mean, we got really on fire that first quarter, and I think, just like you said, we got too relaxed, too comfortable, and we had to dig deep and come from behind. And our team just shows a lot of grit and fight. They always have. So I wasn't too worried, and I knew the minute Toni took that shot, I knew it was in.
Toni, you can help me out on this call right here. You're playing against a very tough guard from Page and Candace Williams. I think she's number 0. No matter what number she is, we know Candace plays well. Talk about the defense on her and how you attacked her and how you try to keep the ball away from her as much as you could.
Well, I know that we need to keep pressure on her. I know that she thinks that she's going to get contact every time, but we know she's tried to get contact. We just step off and she'll get unbalanced. So we just make sure we try to do as much as we could to her, and ultimately she couldn't score as much as she could.
When you go home tonight and stop, relax a little bit, what do you be thinking about this game, about that last shot? What's going to go through your head then as you try to relive all this and experience and just soak it all in?
I'll probably be thinking about getting back to work, keep taking more shots at practice and try to get another one.
Coach Miga, saw you against Dudley back first part of the season over at Dudley. Played them very well. Your guards were playing well, attacking the basket. You didn't have Ella Butler then. It makes it a little bit different without her. But how far has this team come since back the first part of the year?
Oh, we've come leaps and bounds. We've changed a lot offensively. We've changed a lot defensively. We are shooting a lot more in practice and drills. We are doing a lot more team things on and off the court. So we are a completely different team than what we were at the beginning of the year.
I mean, we went into a lot of coaches during the year. We hadn't talked to you before, I don't think, previously. Talked to your little daughter last year at Canota when she was playing so well there, and she might have played some in the first part of the year. Did she play early on, Annie?
She did. She's been under, unfortunately, concussion protocol, and she's had an illness, so she's just now getting back. Thought about pulling her up tonight, but we're pretty heavy in the guard position, but we definitely need some help on the post.
Toni, take us to the assumption here, the summary, so to speak. What have you learned from Coach Miga under her leadership, under her guidance and direction as a coach? What have you learned from her? And what has this team done to come together under Coach Miga?
I learned grit. Sometimes you have to persevere, especially the hard times. As you can see, she always makes sure that even though we're behind, we can always catch up, and that's what we did tonight. And I think as a team, we know each other, we know how we play, and we come together, and that's what we do. We work hard. And
how do you get respect in a situation like this? Because Western Guilford sometimes kind of gets kicked off the map a little bit. You're probably telling each other, nobody talks about Western Guilford. We need to get some respect there. How do you earned it tonight? I guess that's how you do it. But what do you feel about getting that respect from other people now? Western Guilford's playing so well.
I mean, as our season shows, we definitely got the spotlight on us now. We've earned the respect for sure, and we've always tried to upset teams, and people are now looking for us to beat other teams as well.
Coach Miga, as you run this team and run this club, I guess you may feel the same thing too sometimes. Did you play here years ago? Were you a Western Guilford product? Where did you play high school basketball?
I did play here, and I graduated here. I played all 3 years. We moved here from another city. So.
Did you play? Who was your coach back then?
I had Ginger. Her name was Ginger Moore.
Oh, she was here here. She's here just a couple of years, and she has some very good teams.
And she's actually here tonight, so I'm glad we got to put on this show for her.
She was here, I think, back when the team was even in the HACO back in the old days.
Yes, I think so.
Wow,
I only had her my senior year,
Gotcha.
and then I graduated, and then she stayed for several years after.
And as far as Western Guilford goes, you've kind of began to put this team on the map. It's not been an easy job. You've been working hard, digging post holes and working hard, filling them in, putting them back in, and you put this team together. It's been some work, but it's been worth the work, I'm sure.
Absolutely. It's taken 6 years. I mean, my first year here, we had maybe 6 or 7 kids. We have grown this program as a school, staff, community, and I'm very proud of this team this year.
That reminds me of Coach Tuttle in some ways. Look at you and see Coach Tuttle back in her younger days. She coached you years ago.
She coached me too.
Did she really?
She did, yes.
Wow, amazing. Well, here's the big task now for you and Toni. You got to take a trip, I think, maybe, Thursday night, next game against Northern Guilford. Is that right?
Yes.
What's that going to be like, facing the Nighthawks at their place and knowing what they've got, knowing how they have defeated every team they've played so far this season?
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt they're a great team. We did not play well the last time we played them. We look to play a lot better with them and compete more. We've got a lot of things to work on tomorrow, which we've already talked about as we left this game. So we just want to compete, and again, they're a great team.
Toni, about the challenge, you got Northern Guilford next. What do you feel about that? They've got those quick guards over there. They've got Delisa's sisters. If I'm trying to face Christina and Melina, I couldn't even probably handle those two kids. They're so tough. Talk about facing that tough challenge to Northern Guilford.
I know that we need to start, breaking the press. I know they keep kind of speeding us up, and I think we need to slow down. We can't get intimidated by Northern Guilford, and I know we're going to make sure it's a challenge for that game.
Going to put the WG on top of them, right?
Yes.
Coach Miga, good job in the game tonight. Congratulations on the win, and hope we get to see you more often. Again, I chose this game. I knew it would be a tough one, be a tight one, and you made sure that was the case, but you came out with a win. You got the W for WG. Good job as always.
Thank you. I appreciate it.